in NYC, another night, making moves to get to this bread. But just when I thought this topic was dead, I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Just when I thought this topic was dead, these fucking weak links are all through my comments, spazzing, bugging, acting a fool. And I don't get you people. I don't get y'all at all. Check this out. Everybody jumping in, well, for the one or two, there ain't a lot. It's more than one or two. It's definitely a number that I'm uncomfortable with. Enough to make me feel I have to jump out and do this. Check this out. This Aiden Ross situation, for everybody who understands that dude is done, salute to you. No questions. You don't need clarification. You ain't asking for more context and all that other nonsense that people do when they try to shoot somebody some bail. Salute to y'all. For everybody jumping in talking about how come you ain't say nothing about academics, why ain't you checking somebody when they black as opposed to, you just going at Aiden because he's the white boy. Bro, if you don't understand that there's a difference between when we talk to each other and they talk to us, or when we talk about each other and they talk about us, I'm not the guy you should be tuning into. If you don't get that part, I'm not really the dude you should be fucking with. Not yet. You're not far enough along yet. If you don't get that you should talk to family members different than you talk to outsiders. Number one. Number two, Act gets checked all the time. I can't believe I have to keep saying this. He gets checked all the time. I don't think his life is that much different from Aiden's as far as needing security when he makes moves. When he's outside. I don't think he's that much different than Aiden. I think there are people who are ready to knock his head off based on the bullshit he says. And he's got to live with that. That's his life. Would I approach Act as a brother and say, hey, listen, bro, you got to tighten that up. You got to get that. But yeah, but you can't help nobody that don't want to be helped. So maybe that's not for me to do. However, I will address something that people keep, that I've seen a couple people keep bringing up. As far as WAC 100 is concerned, bro either has business with Aiden or wants more business with Aiden. I think he's just looking at Aiden as a check. I don't know because I don't know the man. But you can't, bro. If I'm WAC, I feel some kind of way about the fact that when outsiders violate your people, they call you to smooth it over. And not necessarily smooth it over, but in his words, get these dudes off his pee-pee. The fact that he looks at you as the guardian of his dick, that's crazy, bro. Like, that's crazy. He calls you to safeguard him as he actively disrespects your community, knowing that you'll value the money he'll pay you or the money he can connect you to over the integrity of your people. I don't know, Papo. I don't know, Papo. I don't know, gangster. That sounds crazy to me. I wouldn't want that reputation. I would not want that reputation. Squashing beef is one thing. That's fire. If somebody looks at you as a peacemaker and says, bro, come squash this because two good people are going at it and it's only going to end in something foul. God bless you if that's your position. If that's where you stand and how people see you. That's fire. That's fire. But if they call you to help them disrespect your community, disrespect your people, disrespect your culture, disrespect one of yours, help them do it. In other words, when repercussions come down, you use all your clout You use your muscle, you use your name, you use your resources to safeguard these people from the repercussions of their own actions. I don't get it. I don't know how you would ever want that to be you. I'm not sure how anybody, unless the business means more to you than anything else. Your check over the integrity of your people, you don't see any value in the integrity of your community. I get it. I guess that's that. I guess that's that. I do. Glasses Malone obviously does. Shout out to Screwface Jean. I know he does. One time for Big Screw. Salute my boy Curtis King. One time for the company man. I know there are like-minded cats out there. One time for Wayno. Like, I'd have thought this conversation was over, but I'm really happy to see that there's more of us than I thought. Well, there's more of us than the other cats anticipated. And let this be the day we knock this bullshit off. Fuck these weak links. Like, dead ass. Fuck these weak, yo, enough. The weak link shit, like, enough of these dudes. Enough. Giving them passes, mind my business, ain't my hustle, I can't knock the hustle. Bro, I'm only talking because I've seen it a million times and I was guilty of it. In my mind, can't change these dudes. People like that, the check means more. Technical terms, we call that a sellout. Textbook definition of a sellout. But people ready to throw their own under the bus for a big enough check, and now the checks don't even seem that big. Well, you know what? Don't let me talk. I don't know what's going in these people's pockets. I just know it really doesn't seem worth it. Aiden knows it ain't, because the first thing out of his mouth is $100,000 to business, and then he had to fix it because Wack told everybody he was donating $100,000 to help black business. Aiden went back, cleaned that up real quick to help all business. He all lives mattered that contribution super quick and got that shit out the paint. And like I said, I was guilty. I was a very mind my business, you know, don't go volunteering for other people's fights. I was very much that. Very much. These are grown adults. I let them do what they're gonna do. Very much on that time. Can't stay that way. Can't stay that way. Because silence emboldens these suckers. And I've known that forever. And I was turning a blind eye to it. You quiet, they get bolder. They don't go away. They go crazier. They go crazier. They say super sucker shit like, come do something, I got the cops with me. In what world? In what world is somebody capable of that level of sucker shit talk? Writing policy, setting rules, and running around with carte blanche in somebody else's community. If you've been paying attention, you know this is irritating me something different. Like I'm feeling a different kind of way about the whole thing. Which is why I probably talked about this topic so much over the last couple of days. But it's I don't know, man. This one's, it's fucking with me. When people from outside of our community start going after us, I'll tell you the whole thing. Real shit. When me and Traplo Ross went back and forth, the reaction to him, seeing how many people just were like, Mac, you just hating, you just this, you just that. I was like, oh, okay. All right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't care. Maybe I just need to keep my fights behind closed doors and leave it alone. Maybe they don't give a shit. Because people were coming at my neck. It wasn't anything like super stressful, but it told me to put my energy where it needed to be. And maybe this ain't where my energy needed to go. And here we are again. And I'm watching people come at Glasses Malone for doing what he's supposed to do. The reason I got at Trap Lord Ross is because as far as I'm concerned, he's just like another record label, exploiting the worst traits of us for their profit. That's what it is to me. You call it news reporting, but the news, you're only getting at a dude who's reporting the news. News reporters report on everything. You're getting at a dude who's reporting on music. Nothing in what I saw, what I watched, had anything to do with the beats, the lyrics, the style, the flow, the cadence, skill level, all about murder, 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 who he killed, who he shot. So pardon me if that excuse didn't fly, because it didn't. But I look at Glasses, maybe that's why this is irritating me so much, because Glasses is a good dude. And me and him don't always agree on everything we discuss as far as hip hop is concerned. But Glasses has never folded, stood 10 toes on whatever it was he claimed, had reasonable arguments whenever we debated. And as we got to know each other personally, started talking off camera behind the scenes, it's a stand-up dude. It's a good dude. That's the kind of guy you should call when an issue is popping off. He's a good dude. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And I'm going to always take up and feel some kind of way when I see those kind of people getting got at. Can't sit still. Can't sit still. I sat still already. I tried it that way. It didn't work. Turns out I'm not wired to just say nothing when I see something super egregious that other people decide ain't that serious, not that big of a deal. Not wired that way. I hope we hear more MCs truly speak up about the local, National Guard, and global political situations. Third Eye Aisha, I'm not sure how we can't. I'm sure there are plenty of artists who are, as we speak, being influenced by this. As we speak. Tom Styles, Mecca. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, whose page did you think you were on? Yeah, it's me. That was a weird question, but okay. But yeah, I didn't come up here to preach to the choir, because most of y'all are like-minded, and we're all saying and thinking the same thing. I did come up here to say, these weak links, people who keep detracting from the point, who want to remind you what you didn't say yesterday, therefore you have no right to feel that way today, as if you can't change your mind. That's impossible. You can't see things a different way. Somebody didn't come through with a point of view that really made you reconsider your position. That's a thing. That's a thing. Stop getting at people because they're doing the right thing and taking up for the right cause. Stop that shit. What do you get from that? Being a contrarian. Just showing that you the weak link. Needing to see it any conflict be between brothers before it's between the others. How come you ain't say nothing? How you know I ain't say nothing to him? And maybe this is more egregious than that. Maybe our in-house shit should stay offline, and we handle that between each other. And maybe the nonsense that happens from the outsiders, we discuss that in public, because they need to see that we're a unified front. They need to see that it's us against whoever, just like they do. Call it whatever you want. But I watch everybody else get down like this but us. And they don't have no shame. Come at a different culture and see how they treat you. They're not even quiet about it. They get busy, super quick, loudly. We're the only ones who feel like we need to tiptoe and be hyper inclusive and let in all these destructive ass voices, entitled, arrogant, obnoxious, destructive vulture ass dudes. And yo, go check the homie Screwface Gene. He got the whole, it's not just him. For those of us who are like me and fairly new to the streaming world and streaming platforms, calling Dolce out a name is like a thing over there. As if her being a plant, if she was one, you really just telling us you weren't paying attention. You're really just telling us the music came through avenues and channels you don't check for, and it's the kind of music you can't feel, therefore it must be a plant. Never taking into consideration that maybe you have trash taste. Maybe your tastes are ass. Maybe you don't know anything about this pure source. So when you see it, you think it's terrible. Maybe you've been hype beasting for so long when the real shit is standing right in front of you. How did this get here? Somebody must have put this here. Must be a plant. And then you hear them talk about the music industry and and tell on themselves. They tell you through their own words that they don't know how any of this shit works. Will describe to you everything a label does and then say the person who signed to said label is a plant. That's not what a plant is, you idiot. You dummy. But as long as Dolce is the punchline, they all they get away from it. They get away with it. And bro, enough. I'm really just irritated at the weak link talk, at the weak links having this loud of a voice. The people who are the first ones to jump up and say, well, what about like those clowns? Clowns, bro. And we got to start calling it the way we see it. Clowns. First thing you want to do is point out how we not going at each other. Clowns. As if we don't know that act gets checked. And if you needed me to say something about the WAC 100, here you go. Here you go. I think that's foul too. I think that's corny. I think bro needs to look at himself a little different, but I don't like airing out our business in public. But since it's all out here, let's go and talk about it. Everybody ain't supporting that. We're not quiet when we see that. He's a respected name, and people show him that. But respect don't come with blanket immunity. You foul. Defending cornballs is not a respectable thing to do. It's not an honorable move. It's just not. And everybody knows it. Ain't a secret. Yeah, man, I ain't come up here to say too much as I'm 20 minutes into talking, but bro, it's money in talking down on FBA. It's money in talking down on us as people, period. You have to understand, they don't see a difference. The people we're talking about, they don't see a difference. When the Klan pull up, they're not going to ask you if you're foundational Black American or not. They don't care. They don't have specific ropes for people who are of West Indian descent or anything else. For them, black is black. We the ones dividing each other up and cutting each other up. And yes, that also needs to be addressed. I'm not making blankets. I'm not saying that there aren't issues in that area too. But please understand me. It can't just be us cutting us up. We have to chill with all the divisive talk, because at the end of the day, we're behind enemy lines. I hope my Somali brothers and sisters see what it really is, because they thought they was something different. If anything, these days and times, 2026 should be showing everybody, bro, all we got is us. And they're not making any distinctions. They're not making the ones we are. They definitely don't give a fuck the way we do, the way we call it. I'm FBA, I'm this, I'm that. I hear you, but bro, at the end of the day, when the Klan pull up, it's us versus them. When them neo-Nazis pull up, they not asking about an accent. They checking skin color. The DOJ said they could. Y'all gotta let that part go too. It's us versus them, which is why the weak links, the detractors, deflectors, contrarians, it's why they irritate me so bad. Because we need all of us. We need all of our voices. We need all of our unity. That's where our strength is. It has nothing to do with our capacity for violence. You can't out-violence them. That's not a thing. The power is in our unity. What they fear is our love. Love for each other, unity, being together, locking in with each other. Understand that once you come over here, you over here. Whatever they told you about foundational black Americans, please understand they were trying to divide you. We are over here and it is us versus everybody. Everybody who ain't us. It's not always skin color, but they chopping it up that way. They don't see you no different as they see us. You need to relax that shit. Come over here and find out you just black. Get off that plane and realize you just black. You just black with a different accent and a funnier sounding name. You just black. I agree. They're financing their agenda. They finance their agenda. Real shit. Real shit. It all cooks down. It all breaks down to follow the money. They put money behind their agenda. And there's money in our divisiveness. Men against women, left against right. And I understand when people jump out and tell you that, race is a social construct. That sounds sexy until the Klan show up. They brought in, and when they buy in, they got power behind it. They write rules and set policy behind it. It's real. It's real to them. Social construct or not, they brought in, and that's all it takes. We can sit here talking about it ain't real, but they moving on it. They're acting on it. They fear our unity. And they're putting money up to make sure that it's us versus us at every turn. And we got to knock that shit off. Which, again, is why these weak links, contrarian dudes who love to pop up and say, well, what about blah, blah, blah. I probably got a few of them in the comments here. They're probably in here right now. Every time I get started, there's somebody with a selective outrage. I'm mad at all of it. I'm handling it different. I'm dealing with it different because it's not all the same situation. Us means something to me. Maybe not to you, definitely to me. And I'm not alone. What is us? If you have to ask, you're in the wrong place, bro. You're in the wrong place because I'm not even sure if that's a genuine question at this point. Another distraction, another detractor. I'm not even sure that's a real question if you have to ask. You might just be in the wrong place. Dead ass. Yo, get these weak links, these Steven from Django ass niggas. Get them the fuck out of the paint. Or at least if you one of them, don't talk to me. Like, leave me out of it. I'm not here to go back and forth with y'all. At this stage, whoever coming is coming. Whoever stay, get left. I'm not arguing with nobody that Harriet Tubman would have shot. I'm off that. Them days is over. For me. Y'all do what y'all gonna do, but I want it to be us. I don't want it to be y'all. I want it to be us. I want us to rock out. A sense of community like we used to have. Where the bag wasn't more important than your people. Believe it or not, there were folks who got down like that. There still are. There's a lot of us. There's a bunch of us who are not allowed in the rooms, who are not allowed behind closed doors because they know how we give it up. They know what it is. We're not with the fuck shit. And I'm not thinking about pointing my fingers at who is with the fuck shit. I'd rather focus on who's not. I'd rather us get together with some unity and pull it together, like shape up. Don't shape up. Super corny. Don't be scared of an intellect. See, stop it. Stop it right there. Stop it right there. The fact that you bring fear or insinuate fear into this situation already tells me what it is. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm just not wasting my time with somebody coming in with bad faith arguments on some contrarian distraction shit. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. If you don't know, go find out. Don't ask me. I'm not afraid. I'm talking to the people who know who us is. I'm not talking to you. If you don't know, go find out. If you do know, stop asking stupid questions. Get on code. On code. Get on code. In the words of my homeboy Bishop Lamont, in the words of all these revolutionaries, past, present, future, get on code. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm sick of trying to prove the point to people who are determined not to get it, who walk in the door determined not to get it. I'm off that. Enough. They could go ahead. They could go ahead. I'm going to work. And I'm locking in. Possibly see y'all sometime in the morning. I might jump back on here depending on how this shakes out. A lot of exciting things happening. Things that I should really just be focused on. I could really just play the game like everybody else, focus on me like everybody else, do what's best for me like everybody else, keep my mouth shut like everybody else. Maybe not everybody else, don't let me say it like that. Definitely not universal across the board. That's wrong, that's wrong. It ain't everybody else. I could just focus on me. And I'm still focused on me, but I can walk and chew gum at the same time. And damn it, there's some things I just can't let slide. I'm off that. And if you're not on code, you're getting stepped on. Thank you. Hit the like, folks. You heard the man. Hit the like, folks. Hit the share, hit the subscribe. There's unity in our numbers. That's all I'm saying. Me and all the other like-minded cats. There's a community here. There's something here we could be doing with each other, for each other. We can make our voices louder. But it's our unity that they're afraid of. Whenever we click up, that's the fear. Money goes towards our destruction. Not our destruction, our passivity, our apathy. They're invested in our apathy in a real way. Please understand that. They're financing it. It's a thing. They don't want it. And you have to ask yourself, you're following the money, you got to ask yourself why that is. Because that's where the power is. That's where the power is. And I'm not going back and forth with people who don't get it at this point. You either do or you don't. There's nothing to debate. Me wanting what's best for my people is not debatable. Me wanting what's good for my community, for my culture, not debatable. Nothing I'm about to go back and forth with you as if there's a pro and a con to that. You sound crazy to me. Ain't you one of them? So go back over there. Ain't no discussion. Ain't no discussion. Fuck that. The fuck am I discussing this with you for? You don't get it. Heard you. Go someplace where you might. We not for you. We not for you. My people is all Americans. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Cool story, bro. Nice announcement. Nice announcement. All right, y'all. I'm going to work. We'll pick this back up, but yeah, my days of being quiet are done. Sorry, not sorry. My days of being quiet are done. If this situation showed me anything, it's that there's certain things I just can't sleep through. Certain things I just can't sleep through. If that's being woke, then so be it. Y'all be good. See you in a minute. Oh, yeah, sorry. Forgot to tell the job. Forgot to do the work. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me not say it like that. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's push it up. It's serious. It's a thing. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's push it up. Let's let it go crazy. I'm coming back around these parts more often. It's been long enough. I'm sorry I left in the first place. Over 1 million people shouting me out, showing support, and I left the whole situation alone because I was disgusted with a couple of things, and my personal feeling ain't got nothing to do with me dismissing the whole community. That was corny on my part. So I'm off that. And I'm gonna say what needs to be. I'm gonna say what I need to say. Like I always have done. Like we always do about this time. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Let's run it up. And let's get back to it. Y'all be cool.